Hello, Rambler Nation. This is Gary Vana, and I am here with the Sanderlins. We are here to continue our series of former teachers. I want to introduce Joan and Fred. How you two doing today?
Wonderful.
Well, we got some questions we're going to ask for you. So, first question for you is, when did you guys start teaching here in McBain?
It was the early 70s. That was my first job. I graduated from Western, and Daryl Peterson hired me.
Oh, wow. And you, where'd you graduate from, and what brought you this way?
Oh, I graduated from Taylor University and then Eastern Michigan University, and came here after teaching at Western for a number of years, Western Michigan University.
Oh, okay, excellent. So, now that you've been here, what did you teach here at McBain?
I taught third grade for a couple of years, and then I taught kindergarten, which I absolutely loved, and then first grade.
Oh, outstanding. It takes a special soul to be able to work with the kindergartners.
I
I
loved it.
appreciate what you did with them.
I loved it.
And I had the really choice fourth grade classes, and when I first started here, and then eventually got into doing gifted and talented classrooms, so I oftentimes had third, fourth, or fourth, fifth classes.
So, how did two people from Kalamazoo or Western Michigan University make it all the way up to McBain? What brought you to this area?
We wanted to, oh, I'm sorry.
No, when I graduated, it was, and I applied here,
Okay.
and I got the job, and we just moved.
We had decided that after she graduated and I had my master's, then we decided that we would wanted to live and work in a place that would be above Reed City
Okay.
and west, but not east of 75. So we had this plot, and then McBain Rural Agricultural School turned up, and they needed an elementary teacher, and so we thought, what is McBain Rural Agricultural School?
Yeah.
So she applied, and we came on we had a motorcycle, and she came on the back of the motorcycle, and we stayed at Cadillac, the park in Cadillac, and stayed in the tent overnight.
And I had to change my clothes for the interview in the tavern. There was a tavern.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And we didn't know that probably wasn't the best place. Change my clothes before I went to the interview, but that's...
We came out not staggering. So.
Well, that's good to hear. So, you guys met in college?
No. My roommate when I went to Taylor University was her brother.
Oh, okay.
And so he and I became very good friends, and I saw him, and he had a job, and he offered me his job in the summer, so I came and lived in Muskegon. She was in Grand Rapids, and she came home one time and fell in love with me.
Wow.
And there it was.
I couldn't help it.
So, you got a chance to go through the school with Audrey and Bridget.
Yeah.
How's the school changed since when you were here?
You can still see some of the footprint of what was here then. The long hall from the elementary to the high school.
Okay.
And the hall that turned down into the cafeteria. Well, it's not the cafeteria now, but it goes down into gym at the other end. And the auditorium was just magnificent, especially to someone who directed the senior plays and did it in the gym, on the gym stage, and with 3 lights to light. I looked in there must have been 20 lights over the top. I just
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm just so happy to see what you have now. I mean, it's amazing. It's wonderful.
When we were here, some of our friends teachers of the teachers and HESMA and Resignals and people that we dearly remember. I felt like we had a kind of sense of progressivism.
Yeah.
We had superintendents who wanted to make us current as possible. And at the time we were here and getting, actually it was just before we were leaving, there was a big push for schools and changing them and making them more relatable. But what you guys have done here is full out progressive. I mean, looks like you're teaching kids by putting hands on things, and I think that's wonderful.
The McBain community has always been a very hands-on learning community, extremely intelligent people, even if it's not in the traditional classroom, but their intelligence is usually exceeded outside the walls.
Right.
So, there's a story that you actually applied to be an astronaut.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I thought I was lucky. We had just won the 1984 state championship in basketball, the girls' team that I was coaching. And I guess I thought I was lucky, so that was at the same time when you could apply. I spent 3 months down in did most of the writing in the furnace room. And I know it took me about 3 months they had 10 pages that you had to fill out, and then 10 questions and how you would do things. And so I was very careful about it, and I thought I had a chance, but I never stood a chance. It was going to be a girl all along.
Oh, well, but I guess that biology worked against you in that case. So how did you feel about your husband applying to go off to space?
Well, I supported it. I mean, I knew that's what he really wanted to do. I never in my mind thought that, if he were selected, I never thought that would be dangerous. I wasn't too smart, but.
And to remind people, that is the space shuttle, the Challenger, which did explode up immediately after launch. So that was a very sad day also, but it is kind of a touch with history and connecting with our past. So you mentioned that was right after what event in 1984?
The state championship.
You won the state championship in girls basketball.
Right.
And we're talking before, that was 5-on-5, not the old school 3-on-3 where only one person was allowed to go over half court.
Right.
Okay, so who'd you play in the state finals?
We played same team that we played in softball finals. They beat our girls at the state finals. It's over by Monroe.
Okay.
It's close to Monroe. It is a school our size, and they had two really terrific players, and our kids just played really hard. Girls played, and they really wanted that. I remember saying, I'm so glad to be here and being in this game. Well, the morning I woke up for the game that we were to play later that morning, I thought, like heck, man, I'm not just glad to be here. I want to win. So.
Oh wow, really?
So.
And if I remember correctly, we only have 2 state championships in basketball. You for the girls.
We probably cracked the ice.
And then Bruce Coleman did it for the boys in 2002.
Yeah. Been very successful. McBain's been playing in big games for a while now. Yeah, I follow the kids.
No. So, next question for you. What was your favorite memory of teaching here in McBain?
Oh, I have many. We both loved what we did.
Yeah.
It wasn't about money, anything like that. It was just, we really loved what we did.
Yeah.
And one fun thing I think about when I taught kindergarten, which you could never do today, but I'd lay out a big white sheet and the kids would sit all around the edges, and I brought unshelled peanuts.
Oh.
And so they each had a pile in front of them. Of course, we were going to make peanut butter with the peanuts.
Yeah.
So, but kindergartners, you know how they open peanuts?
With their teeth?
Yeah. So,
Wet peanuts.
so anyway, you know, we they sat around cracking them, and we made a pile of it, and then I put it in a blender, and we made peanut butter, and then put it on crackers and ate it, which you could never do today. But you know, that was old time. But I really enjoyed teaching kindergarten. I got lots of good memories from that, and first grade. But
Fred?
Yeah, like her, there's so many. There's always this one student that sticks out in my mind. The other kids, she was kind of shunned by the other kids because she had her family heated by kerosene.
Okay.
So she had, you know, and I really stressed writing, and so we did a lot of student writing. And one of the papers that this young girl wrote had this lovely poem that she had written, and I was so surprised by it. And it just made me feel so good that this girl who had such a challenge within the classroom, within a society kind of, had such a lovely poem, and I just loved that.
Yeah.
But that's a good memory. But there are so many. I mean, we had tea time in the classroom that I did. That was really cool. I could never do it now. Probably I would be kicked out of school or something nowadays. And we made moppets and did shows with moppets. And I would take what we had learned and then make shows from that and put music to it. And,
Oh, excellent.
we built out of cardboard boxes and things. We built, you know, sets and things like that.
built a suspension bridge one time.
Oh yeah, several times we've built. My classes have built a suspension bridge as a result of science study into things like. Well, in this case, the kids had to find out what shape was good for strength.
Okay.
So they came up and thought, well, they finally found out by all the little experiments that it was the triangle was the best shape. So we then made a bunch of triangles, and we ended up making a suspension bridge that we took out on the playground and set up, and all the kids would cross it, and we'd find the heaviest person we could think of, who was usually a teacher, and have them walk over it first. It was... So there were so many really good memories and things. I mean, this was a great time of our lives being here.
All right. Since you've retired, what have you done with your life since then? What's your hobbies? Do you travel? Do you play badminton? What do you do?
One thing that we did a couple years, Fred was hired, and I went with him to the Czech Republic.
Really?
He taught at a
International music school.
And he taught English. What was it?
Theater,
English.
theater for English.
Yeah.
So I was teaching theater so that kids could help them with the little English that they were using. It was really fun.
Wow, that's amazing.
That was, yeah. It would be like a week-long camp or 10 days, and then there'd be a break, and then another 10 days.
The first 10 days were like would be like symphonic bands.
Okay.
And then the next one would be just a regular kind of band. So, and they had kids from all over, from South America and some from the East, and yeah, it was really a lot of fun.
They had just changed in the Czech Republic from teaching Russian to teaching English.
Right.
So
Okay.
the kids thought when they were filling out their forms, said, you know, they had English for a couple years or something. And we thought everybody had a little bit of English, but
They were very
Not
shy.
so much.
Some of the students I had were very shy to show how much they had.
Okay.
But we had some remarkable students, just
Yeah.
remarkable.
That was great, great fun.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
No, that's, early on, when we first retired, we did, went to Argentina for 2 months, my sister lived there, so that
Oh.
made it easy to go there. And
Yeah.
we've been to Ireland and different places.
Wow.
We, when I resigned from here, because Joan had been a principal in Allegan, and I was still teaching here with our young son, and so we were separated for a whole school year, and that didn't work out too well, so I resigned, and then we moved down there.
Okay.
And while we were she went off to work in Muskegon when school started, and I had no job. I had spent a lot of time trying to find one, but no one wanted to hire someone who had the qualifications and how high I would end up on the pay scale. So one morning I just decided, I want to make a bit of a story for my brothers and sisters for Christmas present. So I sat down and I started writing about this thing that my father had told me from his childhood, and I started it, and before I knew it, it was 5:30, and I needed to make dinner for family. And I suddenly realized, maybe I got something more here. And so then I spent the time writing and producing a book. And then after that, producing another book.
Now, those books ever get published?
Yeah, the first one has. I published that independently.
Okay.
Yeah, you want a book?
I would love one. All right. So the way we always traditionally wrap this up, this series started with a student named Isabel Roosevelt, and she is going, or when this runs in January, she'll be a student at Hillsdale, and she's going into education. So the way we always ended it, and we're going to continue that tradition, is one piece of advice for Isabel Roosevelt who's going into education. Do you have a piece of advice you would give to a future teacher?
Just love them. No matter who they are. Just love them, show kindness and generosity. And they all kids have the ability. Let's find it and love them and teach them.
Outstanding.
Teach them all.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's relationship, create relationships, I think, based on the virtues that Joan just mentioned. Generosity goes a long way with kids. And I don't know. And be creative. Just don't rely on things that the publishing houses give you.
Yeah.
Be creative and you use your own experiences. And so that's my advice. Make
Well,
relationships and be creative. And
Well, I really appreciate you guys giving up your
Well,
time and making the drive all the way up from Muskegon to come here. Once again, this is Joan and Fred Sanderlin, and they are former teachers. And this is Gary Vana. Feel the wheel.